Ferrari has always been the top contender in the Formula One racing championship. This season showed massive improvement at the start, but then Ferrari pulled off some massive and absurd blunders in 2022, which made everyone ask, will this be the end of Mattia Binotto's career? Stick to the video and find it out yourself. Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Racing Insights. Today, we will be talking about the ongoing tension between Ferrari and their F1 team principal, Mattia Binotto. However, before we dive into the story, I'd like to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon as well. Done? Good. Let's get on with the video. Mattia Binotto's career at Ferrari started in 1997 after he graduated from college as a mechanical engineer. He started his career as a test engine engineer and performed the same role until 2003 until he got a promotion and became a race engine engineer in 2004. He surely was a brilliant engineer, and so was reflected in his career progression. He kept climbing the ladder from race engine engineer to chief engineer, and then later he was appointed as chief operating officer in 2013 as well as chief technical officer in 2016. The reason I bored all of you with this history is that it's important to understand where this guy was coming from. Binotto enjoyed a very successful career at Ferrari's Formula One team, and the projects he worked on during all these years produced very impressive results. Looking at his resume, Scuderia Ferrari offered him the position of team principal for Ferrari's Formula One team, and he immediately accepted the offer and replaced Maurizio Arrivabene as the team principal on 7th January 2019. His start at this position was good enough as the Red Twins were performing whatever best they were capable of. At the time he upheld the helm, Mercedes was ruling in the F1 circuit rings. Till 2021, Ferrari was certainly not at the top. Still, they were doing their best considering their car's performances. However, this season, Scuderia Ferrari came with a blast on the circuits, with their cars performing great on tracks. Well, in fact, Ferraris are the fastest F1 cars on the straights this year. Not only are they the fastest, but the drivers in the cockpit are showing brilliant performance. Then you must be wondering, if everything is so perfect, then what's all this fuss about Binotto's days being numbered at Ferrari? Well, everything was perfect until it wasn't anymore. See, cars, their speeds, reliability, and the driver's capabilities play a definitive role for the team. But there is one more thing that, if not done perfectly, can ruin it all. Intrigued? The one most important thing for the teams to perform at par is the strategies. And frankly, Ferrari has failed to make sound strategies for its team this year. From coming in hot in the very first race and taking the podium away, many were sure that both drivers and constructors' championships are going to Ferrari this season, especially when the Bulls were struggling with their reliability issues and Mercedes wasn't able to get hold of proposing. But right now, after half the season is already gone, the points table presents a very different picture. The same Red Bull that was a mess in the start got their strategies right, and now they are not just performing, but have taken away any chance Ferrari had for the championships. With Red Bull now being around 80 points above in teams' rankings, and in drivers' ranking, Verstappen of Red Bull has taken away any chance Leclerc had for the championship. Adding fuel to the fire, Mercedes has made a comeback where they are closing in on Ferrari too. So take a breath and understand that a team that was so promising that made most of the people bet their money on has not only fallen behind, but has lost the chance of scoring any championships. The problem is not losing. When cars run, someone wins and the other does not. The problem is strategy. There is nothing wrong with the drivers. The cars are fast enough to beat any of their competitors, but the constant blunders at the pit have lost Ferrari some very important points. To provide you guys with a detailed analysis of the sort of mistakes Ferrari has committed, I will talk about the dramatic races for Ferrari so far. Before I go for the specifics, you will be surprised to know that besides one or two races, every race saw some sort of strategy flaw coming from the pits. Whether it was a car catching fire due to heating issues, the wrong tire setup, or asking to box their drivers at the wrong time. This I told to get you an idea of what's coming towards you. Starting with the very recent fiasco that left the Ferrari fans scratching their heads was the wrong tire decision for Leclerc. So another team had changed their tires too hard, and everyone saw how bad they were struggling. But I don't understand what was everyone at Ferrari thinking. Whether they were thinking, well, they are struggling with hards, but we will not. Or they thought, let's put on the hard shoes so they can last long. Everything else, Leclerc will take care of it. Whatever they thought, it not only did not work out for the team, but also the team ended up losing many points in the race where the win was certain. Surprised, right? Wait until I tell you the next one. This one happened in Monaco that ended up causing Leclerc to abort the pit stop right at the corner of the pit lane. The events happened such that Leclerc was asked to box from the race command, and when the driver had already entered the pit lane, he was told to stay out. This one small mistake snatched the podium away from the Monegasque racing driver right into the hands of Sergio Perez. In other instances, the car had a few issues with throttle on the Austrian circuit as well, and the French Grand Prix saw a mistake that could have caused a big crash in the pit lane between Sainz and Albon of Williams. The mistakes I just mentioned are some of those that were talked about, and everyone thought, what's going on at Ferrari? Especially the Hungarian GP and Monaco left us all astounded. Considering all these mistakes, plus that Ferrari hasn't been able to get any championships under the leadership of their new captain, there are rumors that Mattia's career at Ferrari is uncertain. With that said, let's come to the part which you all have been waiting for. Is Mattia going? And if Ferrari is letting him go, is this going to be after this season ends, or can we expect someone new after the summer break ends? The rumors are true, and the extent of problems between Ferrari and Binotto can be guessed from the remarks of the former F1 driver Rolf Schumacher, where he said, while talking to the press, that Mattia could lose his job during the summer break, and at another point he said, "I already see him in danger during the summer break." Many officials have denied any such developments, but you can't fool people. Everyone knows that first, Mattia hasn't been able to bring any strong wins to Ferrari. Add to this, the mistakes he and his team are committing are serious problems. Last Ferrari won a championship was back in 2008, and they needed a strong comeback. They certainly are not like other small teams where they have budget constraints, not an exceptional driving lineup. It's Scuderia Ferrari, who has every resource to make their team better. This season, it appears finally Ferrari's year has come, but then it was the strategies and their very problematic execution that snatched any chance that Ferrari had this year. However, the question remains, what is the future of Binotto? Well, no one has a straightforward answer to that. The reign of Binotto seems to be over, but will they let go of him during the summer break, or will he get to the end of this season? God knows. I can tell one thing, this man surely was a great engineer, but not a great leader, I suppose. The career he had as an engineer is proof that this man is capable, but leading an F1 team is certainly not his forte. With that said, I'll wrap up this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Till then, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.